Hello, this is Joe from Nerd in Korea. We are continuing our budget Kindred, this time looking at the token dragons. So we're doing our dragon series. These are dragons that are really good with making tokens, so in a lot of different ways. There'll be something for your deck in here, I think. Okay, please hit like and subscribe. Also, you can probably figure out who the honorable mention dragon is here. What is budget? I go with $2 or less, and we're using the TCG market value, not a sponsor. No, not at all. We're also on Facebook now, so if you want to check out MTG Nerd on Korea on Facebook, that would be great. Honorable mention, we got Miirym Sentinel Worm, 3 green, red, blue. This is a teamer. 6/6 for 6 sounds not that impressive, but is flying ward 2. Already better. I'm going to keep getting better. Whenever another non-token dragon enters the battlefield under your control, create a token that's a copy of it. Except the token isn't legendary if the dragon is legendary. Oh no. If you've ever played against a dragon deck, a friend of mine has a dragon deck. I don't know if he has this card in his deck because I've never lasted long enough to find out. The game's usually over very fast. Anyway, it's 109 only for this. Typical Gemini and I did a collaboration about how to deal with this. He called it Silver Bullet Solution. So I'll try to put a link to that up there. And yeah, it was definitely an interesting one. I think he's much better at this YouTube thing than I am, so it was kind of nice for that too. But yeah, check out that video if you want some ideas on how to deal with this. Again, this is just the honorable mention. I'm not including this in my top 5 because I think too many people find this a really obvious choice. Number 5. Okay, Nesting Dragon, 3 red. For this 5/4 flyer, whenever it has landfall. That's what's really interesting about this one, is that it has landfall. So a landfall option with the dragon is really good already, but let's keep going and find out. Again, if you've got like a Gruul deck or something like that is good at ramping, then this is going to be something where you almost want to put it in, guaranteed. But its landfall is whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 0/2 red dragon creature token, dragon egg creature token with defender, and when this creature dies, create a 2/2 red dragon creature token with flying and pay 1 red mana to give it 1 extra damage. Okay, so you want to talk board wipe protection. You start like making a bunch of these eggs, and yeah, if someone uses a board wipe, great. Then you're going to have a whole bunch of dragons that can just, yeah, you can pump them up easily and just do a ton of damage. Like, especially in a landfall deck, because you're going to have the mana to activate their, hopefully, like, give them a lot of gas and just let them, like, maybe end the game in, like, a round or two. So, just terrifying. 38 cents, especially the, like, a token that when it dies, it makes another token. Like, ho boy. Number 4, Broodmate Tyrant, my background art. Okay, 4 black, red, green. Again, we got Jund here. Jund is pretty popular with dragons for a 5/5 flyer. Okay, so that's not great, right? 8 CMC for a 5/5, not good. But here we go. So when it enters the battlefield, create a 5/5 dragon creature token with flying. So you're going to have 10/10 flying for 7. That's still expensive, but really if you're getting 2 5/5 flyers for 7, that's like 3.5 each. That's actually pretty good. And what you want to do with this guy is either recur him from the graveyard, which is probably more likely given his color identity, or flicker him. If you've got a way to keep flickering this, then you're going to just keep making those 5/5s. This can be like the source of all of the tokens you need to win the game. Really? If you're set up for it, this is just going to pump them out. A lot of things will care if you cast it from your hand or not. This does not. This just says it enters the battlefield, it does this. It also has Encore, which means you can cast it from your graveyard for 5 black, red, green. And yeah, so it'll come out again. I believe it comes out and it has haste, but it gets... is it exiled at the end of the next turn? But yeah, I probably should have checked that. I meant to check it and I totally spaced on that. Anyway, yeah. Encore is an interesting one. Again, for 8 CMC, that is a lot, but it's an option. Having options is always better than not having options. So anyway, 11 cents only. Number 3. Wasitora Nakaru Queen? Nakoru Queen? I don't know how to say any of these, but anyway. 2 and black, red, green, joined again. Here we go. A 5/4 Flying Trample. Flying Trample, I think, is such a good mix because those flyers usually don't have high toughness, except dragons. They usually do. Most flyers do not. All right? Flyers a lot of times are like 1/1 birds and stuff like that. Or they have reach, and then you can still overpower them, right? So that evasion plus like damage going through is really nice. So whenever Wasitora Nakoru Queen, she deals combat damage to a player, that player sacrifices a creature. Number 1, sacrifice a creature. If the player can't, you create a 3/3 black, red, and green cat dragon creature token with flying. So this is first of all force sack, and if there's no force sack available, it's going to make tokens. So this is like a 4-sack token generator. That's good. That's very good. 4-sack, remember 4-sack is just much better. It's bad in that they get to choose what's going to the graveyard, but it's much better in that they, if it has hexproof, it has shroud, if it has indestructible, doesn't matter. Forced sacrifice is against the player, not against the creature. Then the player has to take out the creature. So yeah, if you use some kind of board wipe and they have that one indestructible thing that doesn't have flying, great, force them to sack it. If they've got like that Voltron, something with Voltron, just give this another form of evasion and you can probably get through and force them to sacrifice their one really big key strategy. Super good. Anyway, 39 cents. Number 2. Rith the Awakener. So this is red, green, white. Not your business. Hey. So when this deals combat damage, you pay 2 and a green and choose a color. Then you make that many 1/1 sapling creature tokens equal to the number of that thing, that color on the battlefield. So all permanents. We're talking enchantments, artifacts, creatures, whatever it may be. If it's on the battlefield, hey, great. You can do it. And that is crazy. Each permanent of that color, so even if you're talking like someone else has a token deck and they're making a bunch of tokens that have that color, you count that as well. It doesn't have to have pips, is what I mean. So, whoa, I didn't even think of that before, but 17 cents, and this will create enough that you probably just, this can be like your sole source of like tokens in a game and you won't run out of tokens. Number 1. I love the older art. I wish they didn't try to make everything look so realistic now. Mana Form Hellkite. Okay, 2 red, red for this 4/4 flyer. So whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an XX red dragon illusion creature token with flying and haste, where X is the mana cost of that spell. Exile the token at the beginning of the next end step. So first of all, if you've got even a cantrip deck, cantrips are low CMC, but you cast a whole bunch of them. So if you get a whole bunch of these like 1/1 flyers with haste, even though they're getting exiled at the end of the next end step, they're going to do a lot of extra work for you, right? Also, anything where you can end the turn. Obeka Brute Chronologist is my number 1 go-to on that. You can end your own turn, and that way the end step never comes, so they never get exiled. There you go. Problem solved. Or sacrifice them. Before the end step comes, sack them and get extra value that way. And that is going to help you out even more. Anyway, 150. The list. Okay, Nesting Dragon, 38 cents. Broodmate Tyrant is 11 cents. Wasitora Nekoru Queen, 39 cents. Rith the Awakener, 17 cents. And Maniform Hellkind, 150. Alright, take it easy.